streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the
Good evening, graduates, family, and friends. Welcome, Vice President of the Roseville Joint Union High School District Board of Trustees, Mrs. Paige Stouse. Welcome, Roseville Joint Union High School District Executive Director of Personnel Services, Mr. Brad Basham. And Executive Director of Business Services, Mr. Joseph Landon. Before we begin, I'd like to recognize the graduates wearing silver cowls. The silver cowl is an honor the Roseville Joint Union High School District bestows on the graduates who have earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.76 or higher. The class of 2015 has earned 110 silver cowls. Will all the seniors wearing silver cowls please stand and be recognized? Thank you. In addition, we have graduates wearing black cords. These graduates have a minimum GPA of 3.31 and have served in an honorary capacity with a club or service group. These groups include National Honor Society, California Scholarship Federation, Student Government, and National Speech and Debate. Will all students wearing black cords please stand and be recognized? Thank you. The class of 2015 is one of the more unique classes in my tenure as principal of Wood Creek High School, although they've had many of the same accomplishments as previous graduating classes. For example, the 969 number of AP exams taken during their senior year is on par with previous years. The number of Academic Merit Award winners is 219, two above the previous school record. So you guys set a new school record with that. Many have earned entry into top universities, Cal Berkeley, BYU, UCLA, so that's very common with other classes. There are also a plethora, I always wanted to use that word in a speech, of athletic accomplishment scholarship athletes. For example, our internet sensation full ride basketball scholarship winner, Noah Blackwell. And a host of other student athletes that are receiving some financial support to compete at the next level. If you are a graduate who received an athletic scholarship of some kind, please stand. Come on, there you go. Congratulations. Now, thank you. Now, the class of 2015 veers from the norm a bit in their ability to take the road less traveled. In the famous poem by Robert Frost, he talks about two roads diverging in a forest and the temptation to travel the one that is greener and less worn. On the surface, literally, it looks nicer. The reality is, it's greener because less people have gone that way. The class of 2015 can be characterized by making different choices, taking different paths. They moved the location of their senior ball for the first time. They decided to go to Disneyland rather than cruise San Francisco Bay. But not yet. They were the first class of juniors in a decade to not take the STAR exam. And you can tell they were very disappointed by that. They had a lacrosse player, Andrew Horvath, that decided to take the AP Physics C exam without ever taking the class. He would prepare on his own. The class of 2015 had three performing arts standouts in Demarie Agreda, Luke Donahue, and Zoe Mao. And I'm not sure you'd guess if I put them side by side who was the drummer, who was the leading man, and who was the exceptional dancer. They had a basketball game commentator in Jake Truscott that had never gone to a high school basketball game and yet became one of the best high school basketball commentators in the country. Yes, that is true. I wondered how or why the class of 2015 had their own peculiar nature, and the answer came while I was attending our musical this year, Seussical the Musical. There was a line where the mayor and his wife are lamenting the defiance of JoJo. The mayor's wife says, "We don't mean to scold you. We love you. Oh, yes, dear. But couldn't you try thinking just a little bit less, dear?" At that point, I was quite pleased because I thought, great, we've done our job. The class of 2015 is simply exercising their right to think. Now, some of their thinking might have been somewhat questionable. For example, the odd craze in the cafeteria that had these clackers from the 1970s come back. And no, I'm not even going to try doing them. I'll hurt somebody up here. Well, at least with a few of our students, it became a craze. There was also the seniors competition that had the administration team involved. These were seniors who dressed like the admin team, and I can't figure out why that team didn't win. They should have. So as you venture down your own unique path, remember the sage advice found in a song from Seussical. It's called How Lucky You Are. When your life's going wrong, when the fates are unkind, when you're limping along and you get kicked from behind, tell yourself how lucky you are. Why decry a cloudy sky, an empty purse, a crazy universe? My philosophy is simply, things could be worse. So be happy you're here. Think of life as a thrill. I can say with great confidence the class of 2015 has been living life as a thrill. Keep doing so. I believe the class of 2015 has the capacity to do great things out in the world. You've been prepared by supportive parents, a hardworking staff here at Wood Creek High School, and an engaged community. When things get tough out there, because they will, remember how lucky you are. You've made it this far, and it's taken hard work to get you here. In closing, I've borrowed a stanza from Robert Frost's The Road Less Traveled. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Class of 2015, keep choosing your own path, and you can make all the difference. The faculty and staff of Wood Creek High School wishes you the very best in all your future endeavors. We believe if you're true to yourselves and apply the lessons learned while at Wood Creek High School, you'll go as far as your dreams can take you. Congratulations, class of 2015. It is now my pleasure to bring up our first performers, Emily Eagle and Jeff Prather.
Check, check.
I'd now like to bring up the class of 2015 salutatorians, Naomi Almanzor, Brady Bear, and Jean Badgers.
All right, that's good.
That work?
Yeah, thank you. Whether it be a simple 20-piece puzzle or one of those 1,000-piece Big Ben puzzles, it's interesting how much satisfaction completing a puzzle really brings. You have the full image right in front of you on the cover of the box, and it doesn't take much physical nor intellectual effort to do the task of putting the pieces together. Despite the sheer simplicity of the concept, once that last puzzle piece is placed to complete that picture, for some reason it brings such a large amount of pride and success to the achiever. Each and every painstaking minute taking to identify and match the smallest little detail on the piece to the whole image makes the tiniest details seem incredibly significant in scale, as each minute component in both the piece's design and shape helps it distinguish itself from the others, and allows it to rest in its proper place in the illustration. These type of puzzling discoveries then continue through high school. Over the years, I've learned that Mr. Pinkerton does not like ground squirrels. In-class Jeopardy games will always be taken way too seriously. Don't forget the Mexican spices, because without them you won't get the flavor of sunshine. And finally, but most importantly, Mrs. McGrath did not kill her cat. But in all seriousness, besides everything in the academic curricula, these are the types of things that we have learned and retained in these past 4 years. They're the fun little details that make high school a bit more amusing and tolerable amidst the inevitable stress and drama. It's these kinds of little pieces of life that make the high school experience our own high school experience, because, let's face it, what are the odds that you would find another Spanish teacher who may or may not have cooked her own cat? But it's because of the simplistic nature of these shared moments that makes them so much more memorable and significant with the happiness that they bring us. And yet, despite the overwhelming importance of these tiny moments, we live in a society that practically lives and breathes on focusing and overemphasizing the big and the mighty things of the world, sometimes unnecessarily. As we continue our lives from here on out, let us never underestimate the value of the simple accomplishments and the little things, because they truly are so much greater than they may seem. Each of us are an important piece of a greater puzzle, no matter how insignificant we may see ourselves in the grand scheme of things. Just like those simple little details and moments of life, each of us has value that separates us from others and can't simply be described using mere words. I sincerely hope that we may never forget this as we go out into the world. Over the past 4 years, we have custom-made our puzzle pieces and created our puzzles, and now we sit here today placing the last piece of our high school puzzle in place. However, let us not view this as the end, but instead as the start of a new puzzle for the rest of our lives. Thank you.
Well, thank God. Thank you to all the faculty, our friends and family, and again, thank God. Can I get an amen? I am a rather unappreciative person, and I'm sure those of you who know me would give an amen to that. But a time like this serves as a reminder of the significance of every individual person, idea, and event in getting us through high school. In my mind, every minor detail is important to take note of and emphasize, because it all does play a role in getting us where we are and where we will be. Even the worst of events that we have been through have played a distinctive role in shaping us. So I'm sure you have all been in a situation similar to my own, a situation you still just shake your head and try to forget. But to benefit and grow from it, it must be mentioned. So for me, this tragic turn of events began with me rushing to the place I normally did my homework in the sizable amount of space under my bed on the ground. I quickly went straight to my homework, and for the few hours I was there, I would occasionally notice an odd smell, but I ignored it because I was too focused on my work. When I finished my work, however, I finally began to feel that something was on my leg, and as I looked down, I saw the crushed remains of dog poop. And so only then did I realize I had been sitting in dog poop for the past few hours. Now, that might not sound relatable, but if you truly think about it, I am sure many of you have been in a similar situation. When you've been in some real deep doo-doo because you were in such a rush, you were prioritizing only one thing, and you ignored every sign that something was wrong. But there is still something you can take from that. You learn to put much less trust in regular routines or the people and things you typically depend on, because a tendency is not a guarantee. Rather than saying, well, I thought such and such, you learn to expand on the breadths of ideas and resources you have ahead of time so you are prepared for anything. You realize the importance of taking a step back more often, even if it means slowing down and wasting a bit of time, so you don't limit yourself and instead see the whole picture with all the beneficial ideas and experiences that might be better for you than the one thing you were so concentrated on. You learn to always pay closer attention to the people or signs that are trying to tell you something is off, because they have a different view than you and they might see something that you do not see that could be helpful insight. And overall, you learn to put a lot more thought into what you're doing so you make sure you never get into that poop again. There is always a time to look to and aim for the future, but it is our past experiences that we must look to in order to learn and enhance our futures. So again, thank you to everyone who made those times what they were.
Hello. Good evening. I am so honored to have the opportunity to speak tonight in front of the most incredible class to ever walk this stage. Last week, I received a letter from my 8th grade self. She had incredible opinions on what her high school career and her future would look like. She wanted to be a teacher, much to my mother's surprise, and she wanted to go to Stanford, but now I know, go Bears. This letter reminded me of how much my life has changed since that day, but also how much it has stayed the same. Here are some things of which 8th grade Brady was blissfully unaware. Firstly, she did not know of the man, the myth, the legend, RoboCop. How was she to know that in her junior year, Shane would tell her that the next time she wasn't wearing her red lanyard, he would staple her ID card to her forehead? She had no idea that her sophomore Aurora game would get transferred to Roseville, gross, due to powder 2K13, or that she would get a B in dance her first term of high school because she was extremely inflexible. Beyond these, however, she had no idea just how truly incredible her 4 years would be with the class of 2015. She didn't know that her class would win Spirit Points for 3 years in a row, or that they would win back-to-back varsity Powder Puff games. She didn't know that the Black Mob would become the best student section, supporting the best basketball team in NorCal. She didn't know that she was going to a school that would year after year set records in community service, academics, athletics, and all other areas. She didn't know that she would take classes that would completely challenge her views of herself and of the world, or that teaching is definitely not for her. School was no version of Glee or High School Musical, but it was the most wonderful time of our lives to date. We maintained relationships that date back to birth, but we added to our collection of them, knowing that these friendships will last forever. I am blessed to have the same people sitting beside me tonight that I swore to myself I would keep forever in my letter. But I'm equally grateful for my new friends that have inspired and supported me these past few years. Some of us found the Blairs to our Serenas, the Troys to our Gabrielas, or even our inner Hannah Montanas. We grew into ourselves and became even greater than our 8th grade selves could have ever predicted. And we're not done yet. After today, we will each head off into the world to spread what we have learned and accomplished at this school and imprint these experiences upon the lives of the people we touch. The class of 2015 has definitely left its mark on Wood Creek High School, just as Wood Creek High School has left its mark on each and every one of us. I wish you all the best of luck in your futures, wherever they may take you, and I will always cherish the memories that we have created together. Thank you.
Round of applause for your salutatorians, please. I'd like to now invite Aaron Watkins up to perform. Aaron.
There it is. Oh, I'm good. Yeah. And you took me to your favorite place on earth to see the tree they cut down 10 years from your birth, and our fingers tracing circles round its history. We brushed our hands right back in time through centuries as you held me down. You said, and I'll see you in the future when we're older. We are full of stories to be told. Cross my heart and hope to die. I'll see you with your laughter lines. Changes on our hands and on our faces. Oh, memories are mapped out by the lines we'll trace as you held me down. You said, and I'll see you in the future when we're older. We are full of stories to be told. Cross my heart and hope to die. I'll see you with your laughter lines. Ashen faces in cold breeze. Ashen faces in cold breeze. All the stories you will leave. All the stories you will leave. I'll see you in the future when we're older. We are full of stories to be told. Cross my heart and hope to die. I'll see you with your laughter lines. And I'll see you in the future when we're old. to my heart and hope to die. I'll see you with your laughter lines.
Although I stand before you as valedictorian, it does not mean that I am the smartest person in the class, that I worked the hardest, or that I learned the most. Now, I'm not trying to downplay the work that I have put into school, but I'm trying to make a statement about Wood Creek's student body. Some of you are amazingly talented in areas I could only dream of being. I've seen those of you who are artists, musicians, dancers, whose work is not only mechanically refined and developed, but also has profound meaning. I've seen those of you who are really good at video games, who build robots and code programs for fun. What stands out to me about these students is the motivation that they had to keep on doing these things. I'm sure most of you have at least heard of that dreaded disease, senioritis. If you have not caught it yourself, what I've seen to be most important in avoiding this is to truly love what it is you are doing. See, we don't get senioritis because we suddenly dislike learning or have given up on everything, but we do develop this because we find something else more interesting we want to focus on, or because we already feel like we've accomplished enough, or even because we feel like school isn't actually helping us learn anything valuable. I mean, education and school are not as synonymous as they may seem. School cares about performance, which is important, but education is about what you know. It's about how you think and whether or not you can develop and argue your opinions. Make it a goal in whatever you do to be actively learning and educating yourself, whether it's gaming, science, art, sports, or anything else that you love, because that is what really matters and what defines the person you become. Allow your way of thinking to be shaped by these things that you do, and use what you learn to apply to other areas of your life. Finally, I'd like to thank our parents, teachers, counselors, and anyone else who has diligently supported us throughout this time. Thank you for the sacrifices you have made and the time you've given us. And I would like to encourage my fellow graduates to embrace change and risk-taking because you are confident in your ability to learn. We're leaving high school behind, but that doesn't mean we have to leave any part of ourselves behind. Continue to do what you love, continue to be a learner, and be prepared for the fun times and the challenges that we will encounter. Thank you.
My breath. We have each other to lead us for the road ahead. This happy ending is the start of all our dreams, and I know your heart is with me. So I'm moving on, letting go, holding on to tomorrow, and I've always got the memories while I'm finding out who I'm gonna be. We might be
present the class of 2015.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Roseville Joint Union High School District, I accept it.